Hey, welcome home to your home and Blended's in it. It's Blended at home, day 4. Today we're gonna be doing some strength, 3 sets of 10 single leg deadlift, whatever kind of weighted object or implements you have around your house. 3 sets of 10 bent over rows. So same thing if you have a case of water, if you have dumbbells, whatever you can use for those bent over rows. After we get through that strength, we're gonna go through 21, 15, 9 banded deadlifts or inchworm into a plank. Then if you have dumbbells or kettlebells, it's gonna be a dumbbell or kettlebell hang snatch. If you don't have those implements, it's gonna be burpees. Fun, right? Everybody loves burpees. After you get through that 21, 15, 9, we're gonna move on to 4 rounds of 1 minute on, 1 minute off of plank. So in that 1 minute on, just try to accumulate a full minute. So if you have to take a short break in between that, you can do that by all means. Then try to get your full minute of plank done and then give yourself a full minute of rest. So for those single leg deadlifts, you can do this just at body weight if you like. Think about bending your working knee slightly. We're gonna treat this as a hinge movement. So Danielle's gonna hinge at the hip, keeping her weight balanced across the entire foot and keeping her hips level as much as possible. So we wanna avoid any excessive rotation in either direction as we're going down through this movement. If you're struggling with balance, it helps to pick a spot slightly ahead of you on the floor that you can completely focus on. You can grab any implement, even if it's a very light object, just to use something to kind of counterbalance yourself or something to do with your hands during this motion. So Danielle's got her phone here, so she's gonna go down, same mechanics, slightly bend at the front knee, hinging at the hip. She's checking her Instagram, keeping updated on what Blended Athletics is putting out on those home workouts. You know, multitasking, right? Bent over rows. Again, if you have a tote basket at home or a Tupperware container, something that you can fill up with a little bit of household objects to add some weight, this is a great way to do these bent over rows. You can use your book bag again, you can use a case of water, you can use some kind of like bag full of cans, whatever you have around home, make it work. So if you have a band to do these banded deadlifts, Danielle's gonna fold the band over and step both feet onto the band, holding the handles kind of like a suitcase deadlift or similar to like a trap bar deadlift, and then all the same mechanics as you would for a regular conventional style deadlift. So we're hinging at the hips, driving through the legs. She's keeping her ribs tucked down through the entire motion. Big breath, bracing through the core, keeping everything nice and tight and controlling the movement on the way up and down. And if you don't have a band, you can sub this for inchworm into a plank. Inchworm out, hold the plank for a second, walk your hands back. Look at that. Perfect. Second movement in this 21, 15, 9 workout is the dumbbell or kettlebell hang snatch. So if you have a dumbbell, we can just do a regular dumbbell snatch off the floor like we would normally do in class. Both sides of the dumbbell start on the floor, driving through your legs and hips to get that dumbbell moving up overhead. And if you don't have a dumbbell, but you do have a kettlebell, you can sub that for a kettlebell snatch. So we're gonna start with that kettlebell on one arm. Starts very similar to a kettlebell swing. Danielle's gonna rotate her hand underneath as she goes into that hinge mechanic. Number 1 cue for this one is thumb to bum as you go down to that kettlebell swing, and you will never forget that cue, that's for sure. That one comes from Danielle herself. She's a professional. Your other option is if you don't have a dumbbell or kettlebell for a weighted implement, you go into burpees for your 21, 15, 9 rep. And then you're gonna wish you had a dumbbell or kettlebell. Probably order one on Amazon tonight if you can, if they're not sold out. Today's workout ends with a quick core cash out, so it's minute on, minute off of planks. So if you want to make this a little tougher, you can put some weight on your back like with a book bag. You can go from your elbows, you can go from your hands, you can turn this to a side plank as well. This is going to be extra challenging if you have that book bag on. Raise one arm up, raise your opposite leg up. You can kind of mix through this and go with whatever feels right. You can lift a hand and a leg off the floor, challenge your stability as well there. Get creative with this at home so it's not just kind of like monotonously holding the plank. If you love regular planks, then by all means, you can just hold that regular plank all day if you want. But feel free to get creative, make the workout your own. Hey, hope you enjoyed today's workout. Make sure you follow us on Instagram, like and subscribe on YouTube to get more daily content like this. We're gonna be putting this stuff out to you every day. And you know what? If you didn't enjoy today's workout, come back tomorrow, you might enjoy it then. Who knows?